Digestive glands. The digestive glands associated with the alimentary canal include the salivary glands, gastric glands, liver, pancreas, and intestinal glands. Saliva is mainly produced by three pairs of salivary glands: the parotids located at the cheek region, the submaxillary or submandibular located at the lower jaw, and the sublingual located below the tongue. Their collective secretion is called saliva. Observe the diagram. Here you can see the three pairs of salivary glands: parotid, submaxillary, and sublingual. Their secretion, called saliva, is carried to the buccal cavity by their ducts. Saliva contains electrolytes, sodium, potassium chloride, bicarbonate ions, and enzymes. The enzymes in saliva are salivary amylase or ptyalin and lysozyme. Salivary amylase converts starch into maltose at pH 6.8. Lysozyme present in saliva acts as an antibacterial agent that prevents infections. So this is the equation showing the conversion of starch into maltose by the enzyme ptyalin or salivary amylase at pH 6.8. Bicarbonate ions in saliva neutralizes any acidic substances that may present in food. Second one is gastric glands. The mucosa of stomach has gastric glands. Gastric glands have three major types of cells, namely, first one, mucous neck cells which secrete mucus. Second one is the peptic or chief cells which secrete the proenzyme pepsinogen. Proenzyme means inactive one. Third one is parietal or oxyntic cells which secrete hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. It is the Cassell's gastric intrinsic factor essential for the absorption of vitamin B12. Here you can see the mucus secreting cells and enzyme secreting cells of gastric glands. The proenzyme pepsinogen on exposure to hydrochloric acid gets converted into active enzyme, namely pepsin. Pepsin is the proteolytic enzyme of the stomach. It converts proteins into proteoses and peptones. So pepsin is the protein digesting enzyme. Protein digestion starts from stomach only. So here is the equation showing conversion of pepsinogen to active pepsin by HCl, and this active pepsin convert protein into proteoses and peptones. The mucus and bicarbonate present in gastric juice play an important role in lubrication and protection of the mucosal epithelium from erosion by HCl. HCl provides an acidic pH optimal for pepsins, that is 1.8 pH, and small amount of lipases are also secreted by gastric glands. Renin is a proteolytic enzyme found in gastric juice of infants which help in the digestion of milk proteins. Liver is the largest gland in the human body, weighing about 1.5 kg in an adult human being. It is situated in the abdominal cavity and has two lobes. Here you can see the structure of liver, and also you can observe different digestive glands, namely salivary gland, gastric gland inside the stomach, then pancreas and intestinal glands inside the small intestine. Observe this diagram and try to understand the locations of each gland also. The hepatic globules are the structural and functional units of liver, and it contains hepatic cells. Each lobule is covered by a thin connective tissue sheath called the Glisson's capsule. So instead of the hepatic cells, you can see Kupffer cells also inside the liver lobule. This is the microscopic structure of liver lobule. The bile is secreted by hepatic cells, passes through the hepatic duct, and is stored in a muscular sac called a gallbladder. The duct of gallbladder is called cystic duct. Along with the hepatic duct from the liver forms common bile duct. So the duct system is very important. Here you can see the cystic duct as well as the bile duct and common bile duct. also observe and try to understand. The bile duct and the pancreatic duct open together into the duodenum as the common hepatopancreatic duct, which is guarded by a sphincter muscle that is called sphincter of OD. One more structure of the duct system, hepatopancreatic duct also. You can see here. Bile contains bile pigments, namely bilirubin and biliverdin, bile salt, cholesterol and phospholipids, but no enzymes. Secretion of liver is called bile and it helps in the emulsification of fat. That is breaking down of the fat into very small micelles. Bile also activate lipases. Bile pigments, namely bilirubin and biliverdin, are responsible for the yellow color of bile. Increased level of bile pigments in blood is called jaundice. Bile salts are sodium glycocolate and potassium taurocholate, and they mainly help in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E and K. Now let us look the functions of liver. First one is secretion of bile. Second one, liver is the chief site of protein, carbohydrate and fat metabolism. Then third one, elimination of foreign materials, foreign objects, dead cells, etc. are digested and eliminated by Kupffer cells of the liver. That was shown before. Now, conversion of toxic substances into harmless compounds is called detoxification. So, one another function of liver. For example, conversion of toxic ammonia into urea take place in the liver through a cycle of reactions called ornithine cycle, which you will learn in higher classes. Now, next gland is pancreas. It is a heterocrine gland situated between the limbs of U-shaped duodenum. Heterocrine gland means it has enzyme secreting exocrine part and hormone secreting endocrine part. Exocrine pancreas secrete pancreatic juice and is carried out by the pancreatic duct, which joins with the common bile duct from liver and form hepatopancreatic duct and opens into the duodenal region. And here it is clearly shown, hepatopancreatic duct, you can see here. The pancreatic juice contains inactive enzymes, namely trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen and procarboxypeptidase. It also contains enzymes like amylases, lipases and nucleases. Trypsinogen is activated by an enzyme enterokinase secreted by intestinal mucosa into active trypsin, which in turn activate other enzymes in pancreatic juice. So here is the equation showing the conversion of trypsinogen to trypsin by enterokinase. So the activated trypsin now convert chymotrypsinogen to chymotrypsin and procarboxypeptidase into carboxypeptidase. Proteins, proteoses and peptones are acted upon by the proteolytic enzyme in the pancreatic juice and converted into dipeptides. So here is the equation showing the conversion into dipeptides. So this conversion is with the help of the enzymes trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase. Next gland is intestinal glands. They are otherwise called crypts of Laberkin. They are simple glandular pits in the mucous epithelium of small intestine. They are formed of two types of secretory cells, namely goblet cells and Paneth cells. Goblet cells secrete mucus and Paneth cells secrete several enzymes. The secretion of intestinal glands is called intestinal juice or succus entericus. It contains several enzymes like disaccharidases, example maltase, dipeptidases, lipases, nucleosidases, etc. Maltase convert maltose into glucose, end product of carbohydrate digestion. Dipeptidases convert dipeptide into amino acid, end product of protein digestion. The mucus along with the bicarbonate from the pancreas protect the intestinal mucosa from acid and also it provide alkaline medium pH 7.8 for enzymatic actions. Submucosal glands are also called Brunner's gland. Note it down and learn well. Nucleases in the pancreatic juice convert nucleic acid into nucleotides and nucleosidases in the intestinal juice convert nucleotides into nucleosides and finally into sugars and bases. Fat get converted into emulsified fat by the action of bile, and it is then converted into diglyceride and monoglyceride by the action of lipases in the pancreatic juice. Di and monoglycerides finally get converted into fatty acid and glycerol by the action of lipase present in intestinal juice. So with the help of digestive glands secretion, digestive juices, all the complex food molecules are simplified into simplest units.